Hi everyone. I just spontaneously, I literally just turned on the camera and the light was beautiful. And it's the day before the 23rd of September, and I was thinking of just doing a video on what's happening this week and the energies and the changes that are going on in the world at the moment. And so I just turned on the camera and just here we are. So, and you can see over in the background, I'm packing up in just over a week. I'm heading back to Thailand for an extended stay. So, um, yeah, so what I'm feeling right at the moment is the energy is so vibrant, so powerful. There is so much happening. And you'll see things out there on the internet about, oh, there's this big thing coming on the 28th of September and this and that's happening. And yeah, there is. There's a lot. You know, 23rd is the second most powerful, 23rd of September is the second most powerful day of the year, following the 23rd of July, the most powerful, and the two are connected. You know, the energy from the 23rd of July flows through to about the 15th of September and then takes a break and then peaks, comes to a, culmination like a rock concert or um, a classical concert where it just reaches the peak and culminates on the 23rd. And the 23rd is also an equinox. Um, either spring or fall, depending on which hemisphere you're in. So that's a profound time of, letting go of the past for the few days beforehand and then setting up the next 90 days in the couple of days afterwards. And in the couple of days afterwards, we've got a a full moon eclipse, big full moon eclipse. Pluto goes stationary, so the energies of Pluto in Capricorn are really strong at the moment. And there's something else going on but the point being, you'll hear all the technical things going on, but the thing is that just like the lighting in this video, it's just so many shades of light and grey and so much change going on and so much potential here to make change. And I'm noticing in myself, and I'm noticing in clients and people I talk to, there's this whole energy of either we're thinking like crazy, or at least we're aware of it, hopefully, and the mind's desperately trying to work out what's really going on, or commenting on what's going on. I see myself doing it to friends of mine and other people, and clients coming back to me, or people on, Facebook or YouTube and that, going, oh, what about this and what about that, and human designs this and human designs that, and these people are having problems with it, and something, but this is great, and it's just, buzzing. And people who know nothing about that, when I go to the swimming pool or when I'm in the shopping centre and that, people are either looking like, or really opening up. I had my computer keyboard fixed because a couple of the keys were not working properly. Had it changed over and sat down, had an amazing conversation with my computer guy who's from Iran, came to Australia, and he was asking me, what's going on with Australian society, and we had a pretty interesting conversation about that, which I won't go into now because it's not appropriate to a lot of you. There's floods in Thailand, there's droughts in California, and there's this happening and that happening, and the Republican race, and Europe, being flooded with refugees, and there's a lot of movement and a lot of shifting. And when you're embracing that from a point of, what am I learning here? What's life trying to show me? What can I learn from this? Life, when you come from a point of, I trust life is out to love me. It's got my best interests in heart. It's not out to get me. When you move beyond just, I've got to survive and, make it through life, and you start opening up. My experience is, people I'd never talked to before, or people who would have annoyed the hell out, pardon me, the hell out of me before, I'm starting to learn to allow them to be themselves and see what I can learn from them. One of my brothers is quite ill with a brain tumor, and I went down and spent a few days with both of my brothers down there. So beautiful. I mean, to watch him just light up, to have an experience of one human being relating to another human being with care and seeing him respond back. And for the two of us, after decades of really not knowing each other much because we were born quite a way apart and, lived very different lives, and how much we could connect within 2 days with all the things going on around him and all he's going through. And my other brother, who's a professor of business, to just shut up for once and really listen to what he had to share was so spectacular. What I was able to learn, and how we developed a closeness that probably hadn't been there for decades. And this, I'm seeing the potential for this is everywhere, but we've got to get over the sort of fear of the unknown, or dealing with people and situations and things and health issues and whatever else is going on that are, we're scared of. Just like the refugees going, rather than build walls, we need to go, okay, how do we work with this? What's the pros? What are the, there's cons, but what are the positives here? What could we do with this? How could we help and love and care for these human beings? And one of the things my brother explained to me, being a professor of business, is that we could feed the whole world with just a quarter of the food that's thrown away each year. 25% of it, if it was kept. We're not being efficient or effective. I saw a quote lately that being effective or efficient, efficient, is doing things right. But being effective is doing the right thing. And we need to realize the world is in incredible change. Your life, my life, is incredible change. I mean, it's obvious to me. I'm having to get up and move again and, travel overseas again and all that sort of stuff. And that's pretty obvious in your face and that. But all of your lives, no matter how settled you are, no matter how comfortable you are, everything's changing, growing, moving, shifting. The very structure, Pluto in Capricorn, the very structure of our societies and our institutions are, going through death, rebirth, regeneration, new life. That's the potential on a practical level. New life. Transmutation, transformation, transcendence. Leaving the old way of living, win-lose, competition, poor and rich. We can leave that behind now, not in one day, but, they're now having these big meetings to eradicate poverty in 15 years with all world, all large numbers of world leaders all over coming together to plan this. Now, whatever you think of the politics and anything like that, at least the idea's out there. And this time, September, the end of September, and then October, and I'll talk about that in another video about the energies of October. This is the time where we decide with the decisions we make in our life now, how are we going to approach the future in a way that, how can I put this? In a way that gets the very best out of the future that we create. In other words, we don't take a good future because, it's better. We go for an exceptional future. And that's going to happen with each one of you. Let's turn the light on here. It's getting a bit dark. Whoa! Each one of you. That's what's going to happen. Hold on. When we change, the way we light up our world, the way we choose to light up our world from now on, it's going to change everything. The decisions you're making now in September and in October, are future changing. You know, you can access the wisdom and the power and the healing and the love of the future, or you can just go, oh, you know, I'll just hang on and oh, that's not, you know, if you don't do it, there'll still be opportunities. But if you do take advantage of it now, it can set in motion things in your life. It can set things in motion in your life that can change, you know, just shift the course of your life subtly. And yet that subtle shift brings about profound benefits in the future. So spend this time really seeing what those seeing if you can pick up what those subtle shifts are. Really looking at making great decisions, getting distinctions on however you live life. I mean, one example, a friend and client of mine was talking about, generators that she knows sitting around, they're waiting, and they're sitting around waiting and they're saying, we've got nothing to respond to. And it's like, hold on, that's not human design. That's your mind going, the things I think I'm supposed to respond to aren't there. I mean, to say that the point of waiting is to wait so you get in touch with what is happening and then respond to that. And there's always everything happening. You're breathing several times every minute, hopefully. You know, the sun's changing, the weather's changing, the trees, the wind's blowing. People are calling you on the phone. Life is happening. It's wait and get in touch with life. For instance, if you're a generator, you get in touch with life force because you're connected to life. The waiting is so that you get out of this disconnect when you're living in a virtual reality created by the mind, which has some relationship to this reality, but a lot of the time what's going on up here has nothing to do with what's really happening in the world. You know, constantly worrying about survival in a circumstance, in a lifestyle with many of us in the West, where, there's no chance we're going to be thrown out on the streets or anything like that. It can happen with some people, definitely. But, I've had clients with $100,000 in the bank and, houses that they own, freaking out about, what's going to happen with my money? And I see people in Thailand and various other places in Asia with nothing like that, having a ball with their lives. Not all of them, but, because they know how to enjoy life. They're responding to what is happening. And what is happening right now is there's an immense amount of energy available this week, in this last week of September. It's pouring in. Think of it as money, if that's what turns you on, or gold, or whatever. It's just pouring in. How much of it can you soak up? My experience is that every little incident in life, whether it's annoying or challenging or just what I wanted, or things I didn't even know I wanted, every one of them is life trying to reach through and go, let me love you. Let me point out where you're blocking yourself, where you've created obstacles. Let me point out where there's so much love, so much opportunity in your business, so much, help available from people around you that you're not seeing, or you're too scared to ask for, or you've got so much power that you could exercise to really make a difference in your life, but your mind's got you distracted on things that don't matter to you. And life is going, it's not just us that are evolving at the moment, the whole planet is. Life is evolving. Our relationship with life itself is evolving. So, this planet and life has a vested interest in you succeeding, in you being fulfilled, in you really enjoying the beauty of life. So, I'm not going to do any predictions. I'm just saying, look in your own life. You know, if you're a generator or any other type, slow down and get in touch with what is happening, and try not to frame it through, oh, that all came from my childhood, or this is all emotional, this and that and that, and all us, a lot of us alternative or new age type of people, we've created our own institution. And I'm not saying that those things are wrong, or they may have something to do, but it's with it. But the real healing comes from the future. Okay, I was like that as a child, or this is that acting out, but where am I going with it? What's my vision for the future? What am I going to do with my business? What do I really want to do? We had a business meeting today, and it was like da 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 da, and then all of a sudden, all three of us found one or two things that turned us all on, and it was so obvious. We just all lit up, and that's the path we're going to go in the next week or two, or actually over the next couple of months. It's just it was like, it wasn't like we had to struggle. It was like all three of us were going. No one was going, oh, I don't know, this is going to be too hard. It was like, one of my partners was saying, oh, I think he's onto something, and then the other one's going, well, what about this? Oh, no, not that. Yeah, that. That's life in action. That's how human beings are designed to work. Well, try this. No. I mean, that's the generator, the sacral way anyway. And if you're emotionally defined, it's like, and then a day or two or three later, this is looking good, or no. A few days, more I go up, nah. So much opportunity at the moment, and I just wanted to share that with you. I got nothing to preach, Honestly, I've got insights. I know I'm good at really good certain things. I can really help people with this and that. We all have a gift. My greatest teacher a couple of weeks ago just was talking to a lot of us, and said, look, I have a gift for this. And he said, but all of you have a gift. Every single one of you. And when someone you really look up to and respect and admire for their humanity and their wisdom, says that, you've got to take it seriously. I mean, every one of you have a gift. And if it's shackled up, it's time to unshackle it. Pluto in Capricorn, break the shackles. Get in touch with your inner authority. It's not what you think. Your life, you're not here to fulfill the life you think you should fulfill. Because the biggest chance is that's been highly, if not totally, conditioned by other people's thinking and expectations and cultural stuff. You're here to live the life where you shine, where you not shine in other people's measurements, not prove yourself to other, where you feel great about you. And for a big chunk of you who have the heart or the ego center in human design undefined, you don't have anything to prove. You just need to feel like, I don't have anything to prove. I'm just here, and what a blessing to the world that I'm here. Let's see if we can actually give of myself. Let's discover what I've really got, what my gift is, no matter how radically different it is from other people's ideas, and even more so, how radically different it is from your ideas. Now's the time where, if you're trying to go down a path that's not correct for you, you're going to feel like you're struggling it. Even if you're into human design and you're trying to follow it, you can't. It's just a really beautiful piece of information that you can use that gives you a complete perspective on how you're mechanically designed to live life and make decisions. And so when you start doing that, you don't stop yourself from doing it, because you go, oh my God, this is happening easily and I'm enjoying it. But it doesn't fit my ideas. But I feel so great. And I'm not talking immediate, drug highs. I'm talking about, I feel so great. This is fulfilling me in ways that maybe people see, maybe people never get to understand. I'm seeing the world in a way that, oh my God, is so unique to me. Now's the time. And it's not a matter of sitting there and worrying about if after you see this or anything. It's just going, oh my God, now's the time. Maybe I can open my mind and open my heart. Tune into my nature. Trust my design. And start to discover what life has for me. I went right back. We're doing this whole course. I'm going to be releasing a 28 video course on human design for innovators and entrepreneurs, and we should be ready in a month or less than a month. And we'll be starting to, put out the word. And I looked at one of the videos, Daryl, my partner, my friend in this, and my partner in doing this course, and I did, which wasn't even in the course, but it was that we were actually talking about the course just before we did it. And I saw this bit when I'm going, life, this is not about conquering. You're not here to conquer the adversity of life any longer, or to conquer, your weaknesses and become strong. It's about discovering your weaknesses and healing and loving them. It's about discovering your strengths and, embracing them and sharing them. It's about discovering what life is offering you. And your mind can only comprehend a sliver of that, a part of that. It can participate in its part of that, but there's so much more. And now's the time we can open up and, not just look at, oh, I'm waiting for life to bring me something to respond to. No, I'm waiting so that I really get into my body and get in touch with what is happening, and then I'm just going to be responding to that, what is happening, what does engage me. And trust me, there's not much waiting, because life doesn't waste time. If nothing's happening, then look inside, because there's going to be a lot happening inside. So anyway, this is my spontaneous video. All right, I've got that off my chest. It was fun, and hopefully it inspires or helps those of you who get to watch it. I love this new medium. I'm so grateful for whoever invented the internet and, got this way of us sharing globally, our unique perspective. And I love the feedback I get from people and the opportunity we get to share. Many of you out there, I don't even know. I know your name may be on a subscription or in an email list, but I don't know you. But maybe through this you get to know me. And we get to share, and maybe one day I get to meet you, virtually or physically. But at least we get to know our humanity and to share that in a world that so much needs to come back to its humanity and realize that, war and conflict and all this stuff is not our natural state. Human beings look best, are at their best when they're at peace, when they're doing what they love, when they're satisfied, when they're, feeling successful, when they're delighted by what life brings to them. That's when you see human beings light up. That's what we're built for. And now is an incredible time. Amidst all the chaos and the fearful things that seem to be going on and are for many people, now's the time to really embrace that. Not the fear, but to turn that fear into amazing success for you. And it's going to take some open-mindedness, some changing of attitudes, sometimes big time, moving in new directions, and not all overnight. But, for some people in the world, that's what they've had to do, get up and run halfway across Asia and Europe, or the Middle East and Europe. We all need to get moving. We're all looking for where we truly belong. We all share their plight in our own way. So hopefully, this gives you even the hope that you can do that, you can find your way. Even just that is enough to start the ball rolling. And if you have that hope and you're really excited and you're already helping people do that, then really take it to the next level in your life. Really get out there and give of who you are. Give of who you are, so you're not exhausting yourself. You're filling yourself with yourself and then giving of it generously to humanity that really needs it now. So it's been a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully we'll get to see each other again soon. Bye.